This show is produced by the Harwood Podcast Network.
Hi, I'm Kevin Harris. We love making this show available to you free of charge. If you'd like to help us keep it that way, you can make a contribution to our Karma Jar or become a show sponsor. If you'd like more information, visit our website. Hey everybody, I'm here with our special guest, Staci Frenes.
Welcome to Live from Basics.
Clearing out the cobwebs, sorting through the dust boxes, moving all the clutter from inside these homes, opening the locked rooms, making way for you to walk through, quieting the chaos crashing through these walls.
Tell us about the song that we just played, Making Room.
Well, Making Room, actually I have to backtrack a little bit. My husband and I, the first 10 years we were married, we moved 9 times. And no, we weren't with the circus or running from the law or anything crazy like that. But we ended up just kind of, you know, job changes, school changes, just different situations. And so I learned early on that there's not a whole lot you want to schlep from place to place when you move 9 times in 10 years. So lots of books, big, heavy Shakespeare-type books would go from house to house until, you know, my husband and I had to have kind of one of these talks where he's saying, now, do you really need every single book in that? So we learned to negotiate what things were important and what things weren't. And I was like, do you need the 8th grade trophies from basketball? You know?
Well, of course.
Well, so he said, but so we had to have these negotiations, and you know, it turns out you just kind of learn that, okay, not everything's essential, not everything's super important.
Right.
And I think there's kind of a parallel for that emotionally, spiritually, when you kind of take stock in your inner life and you say, wow, I'm kind of carrying a lot of junk, you know, from relationship to relationship or from experience to experience, and I'm not emptying out, I'm not clearing out, I'm not making room for good things to happen in my life. And I was kind of wanting to say that, you know, and to use the whole metaphor of a house because I related to that. So that's the story behind that one. Tell
us a little bit about where you're from originally and what that was like.
Well, I grew up in Grand Forks, North Dakota. So I am actually a Midwestern girl at heart. You know, my parents were both, well, my mom came from, you know, farm people, good hearty stock, and I think somewhere in my dad's lineage, same thing. I mean, if you live in North Dakota, someone in your family is a farmer, right?
Yeah, there's not a lot of choice.
Right, exactly. So, you know, really hardworking people. My parents both have this really strong work ethic, and I think I just kind of assimilated into that whole thing. And yet I was born with this this tendency to, I loved music and art and literature. So I remember, you know, when my dad and I kind of sat down to have the college talk about what are you going to do, you know, and, you know, I wanted to, part of me wanted just to pursue music and make it, you know, just kind of pursue my dreams. But there was also this little kind of, you know, he was sort of the voice on my shoulder, my dad was, saying, well, that's great, but let's have a fallback career. Let's make sure you can make a living. And, you know, it's that whole kind of work ethic thing. And so I ended up majoring in English in college and got a teaching degree and taught for a while. And at the same time was starting to pursue music. You know?
We're going to play Tides Can Turn. So tell me about that song.
Tides Can Turn is a song that I ended up putting on this record. It's a brand new record I just put together called Snapshots. And Snapshots is kind of an eclectic mix of all kinds of songwriting demos that I've been writing for the last 5 years or so with different writers, different producers for different completely different reasons. You know, some of them are film and movie pitches. Some of them are pitches to specific artists that were looking for songs. Some of them are just like niche projects that I've been involved in that I really liked the song I've written for. So Tides Can Turn was actually written from a tip that we got from the music supervisor from the movie Letters to Juliet. And they were looking for a song for a certain scene between the two main characters. And it was all about kind of the older woman character thinking that she had lost her chances, lost her, you know, her chance at love and happiness had passed her by because of her age, because of where she was in her life. And it was kind of the younger woman inspiring her and sort of reminding her, look, it's never too late to believe and to hope in a fabulous future.
Drop your anchor in the water, hiding in a safe harbor. Far away from anybody, is this what you really wanted? 'Cause it's true what they say, nothing ventured, nothing gained. And tides turn. like a boat on the sea. So don't give up, still time enough to discover new horizon, and before your very eyes the tides can turn. Oh, tides can turn.
When did you actually start writing songs?
I think honestly for me it was right around the time where I started taking guitar and piano lessons, around the 12 or 13 years old. I was saying I'd been writing these poems and ideas in my journal, but I wanted to give them melody. So I remember probably 8th grade, 13 years old, was the first time I actually wrote a whole song.
So tell us a little bit about your life today and what it's like.
Yeah, well, it's a lot of different, I guess, avenues. One of the things I love my family. I've got a great family, and that takes up a lot of time. I mean, during the week, I'm just I'm a normal mom. I'm making lunches and taking kids to school. But on the weekends, I'm out a lot singing, and I'm also super involved with an organization called World Vision, which is an international aid and relief agency, which helps kids. Also, I do a lot of songwriting on the side, besides just for my own live stuff and my own albums. I write for other artists, and I pretty much any opportunity that I feel like is a good fit for what I do, which is songwriting. You know.
What albums are in your catalog, and where can people get a hold of this stuff?
Well, I've got probably 4 CDs right now on iTunes. So I've got Nothing Short of Amazing, and Snapshots, and Wise Men and Angels, the Christmas record I did, and Meteor Shower. So those 4 are all on iTunes and several online places that you can search, Amazon, and pretty much Google it, and there it is.
Yeah.
I've also got a website, which is stacifrenes.com, where you can get all my music. I've actually put out 7 projects. So the first 3 that I didn't mention are on my website, but they're not on iTunes. It's older material. Some of the stuff I still draw from and still play live, but I don't have it up online, but I do have it at my website.
So you're actually going to be our sort of official, unofficial Christmas episode here, and we're going to do this version of Away in a Manger, which is gorgeous. Where did this arrangement come from?
Oh, great question. Actually, Tim, who's playing with us today, Tim Thornton, the guitar player, great friend of mine who's been playing with me for forever, really. Forever, since the beginning of time.
Forever?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tim actually came up with that arrangement. What we did was we decided we wanted to pick 5 or 6 traditional carols, but we wanted to give them a little bit of a tweak, and in many cases we changed the time signature, and we changed just the overall feel of the way the phrasing happens, just to make it fresh. And so Tim came up with this arrangement and did all the layered textured guitar work, and it was gorgeous, and we loved it. He produced it on the record, and we thought it'd be fun to do today.
Well, that's our show for today. We'd like to thank our featured artist, Staci Frenes, for coming by and playing her terrific songs with us today. We had a great time. For more info on Staci, go to our website and visit the Live from Basics show notes. There we'll have a bunch of links and info on how you can get your own copy of Staci's music. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time. We're out of here.